Hi, everybody. Well, first of all, it sucks to follow that. I'm just saying that right now. But anyways, I'll try anyway. My name is Jeff Conway. I'm a journalist here in Chicago. I'm going to give you my story just like her. I don't have any notes, so bear with me. I started at Illinois State University. I studied broadcast journalism, and I graduated. I didn't have a job leaving college. Most of my friends had jobs at news places in Quincy, news places in Decatur. I didn't. I just didn't pursue it, and I was kind of being lazy in a way. And so I just went home to my hometown of Schaumburg and started lifeguarding again for the summer, as I did for the 6 years before that. I was just lifeguarding, which was great. I was like, one more year to be an adolescent and not have to really be, 9 to 5. So I thought, why not? And during that summer, I went to a friend's going away party in the city. And I was living in Schaumburg still at the time. And there was two groups of people, two groups talking at this house party. And I was talking to one group, and it was kind of boring, so I was nodding my head but listening to the other group. And then I was listening, and one kid says, I'm working for this new show called 24/7. And I heard about it once in the newspaper, so I knew what they were talking about. So I literally walked straight up to the guy. I was like, he was a little short guy. I put him against the wall. I was like, I need that contact. So he gave me the contact. I went in for an interview, and they hired me as an intern. There was 5 other interns that were already there before I was there. They were already committed, devoted, but I was there to earn my keep. Even on my first day, I came in this 3-piece suit, and they're all like, I'm like, what can I do? What can I write? What can I do? And they're all leaving to do a shoot. They're like, we're all gonna go, but can you take the trash out and vacuum? And I'm like, yes, because you have to be a yes man. No matter what, to this day, I'm a yes man. It's better to be a yes man. Just don't say no if you can, and for the right things. But on the first day, my second boss comes in, and I'm vacuuming in this 3-piece suit. And I was there, and they came back. I actually organized the desks. I did everything else, more than they wanted. I was there to show that I wasn't afraid to get my hands dirty, figuratively. You know what I mean? Or literally. Which one am I doing wrong? Either way. You know what I mean? So I was one of 5 interns. I was the newest one, and they were going to be going to Italy soon for Milan Fashion Week, and I really wanted to go. But my thing is, they already decided to choose, and they actually chose me. And the reason why they chose me is because all the activities before then, so they'd asked me to write a script for the show. And I'd write a script, and before I gave it back to them, I learned that they were going to be interviewing Sarah Silverman. If you know the comedian Sarah Silverman, she was coming to town. I knew that. I was eavesdropping. I'm a really good eavesdropper. I heard that from my bosses, so I wrote the story they asked me to do. And then I actually went on the internet, found a bunch of facts on Sarah Silverman, and wrote some sample questions. So I was like, here's what you asked me to do, and then here are the sample questions and facts on Sarah Silverman, just in case the hosts are looking for some different kind of questions. So from day one, I was there to show that I'm being 110%. I always say in any business you're in, if you're going 100%, you're a good employee. If you're 110, you're indispensable. And that's the way to always work. So I got to go to Milan for Fashion Week. My fellow interns, which I was very close with, and I still am to this day, were not very happy with me. But my thing is, I had pride. You know what I mean? There's no shame there. I worked for it. Yes, they worked hard too, but I worked really, really hard. I'll be honest, I didn't sleep with anybody to get there either, which was a lot more pride too. And that can happen in these businesses. I'm very proud that I did it the right way. So I went to Milan Fashion Week. And then when a producer left 24/7, they had a spot open, and they were going to go look for someone. And I went to my bosses, just in a bold mood. If I was still an intern, I'd be like, I've been shadowing him for about 6 months. I think I can do as good, if not better, than he's doing. If you give me a shot, please just let me do one show. If you don't like it, no big deal. And since then, for about 2.5 years, I became the sole producer. And then they asked me to be an on-camera correspondent on the show too. So I got to go skydiving on camera, which was scary, and I had to act a lot more butch than I really was in that moment. I've interviewed people. I've sat on Channing Tatum's lap, ladies. Pretty awesome. Not gonna lie, it's Channing Tatum. So it was a blast, and now I had the opportunity. Comcast has started a new channel called My Deal TV, and there's a new show called Social Chicago. Who was supposed to be here was Jillian, but I'm her co-host. And it's been a great experience so far. And the thing is, it was a hosting shot. So from going from NBC, as great as much as I love NBC, I've gone from 3 minutes of camera time to 27 minutes of camera time. So thank you. And I'm producing the show still. Thanks, Sherry. And I'm producing the show still, which I love. It's so nice to have that creative freedom. And if you can find a job where you can have that creative freedom, it's a wonderful thing. What Candace was saying, one of my biggest things, is Facebook. I just went to a holiday party. I'm sure we all went to a bunch of holiday parties. And I took this awesome photo with my friend Ashley where she had the nutcracker facing my area. And I was like this. And it was an awesome, hilarious photo. And I wanted to post it because it's hysterical. And my friends would like it. But if you really want to brand yourself and be your own personal brand, you have to watch what you post. And people won't take you as seriously if you do this. I really say, like my friend that I went to school with, that say is a teacher, I had to hold myself. I don't want to say on a pedestal, but you have to hold yourself to a higher standard than them. And there's no like ego or rudeness in that. It's just if you want to be a good brand, you got to watch everything you say and do. There's days, I'm sure with any of our bosses, we want to be like, oh, I hate my boss. And my friends post that all the time. One thing I won't do that for is because my boss is on Facebook. So that wouldn't be a good idea. So I always like everything you post, be careful. Also, obviously, I started as an intern, and I worked my way up. To this day, my production assistant, my intern, I'll carry her bags out to the car, and I'm not afraid to do that. My thing is, just because you're at a higher job part now, I don't know, I'm still a yes man. I'm still that little intern, you know what I mean? And I think that's a great philosophy, and I like it that way, And I think that's just a great way to be. And just don't burn bridges. I always say if you can in any business, don't burn bridges. Sometimes, man, they deserve a smack in the face. They deserve it, don't get me wrong. But don't do it. Walk away gracefully because you never know down the road. Keep that reputation. Also, say you're working above someone. I always say if you're working above somebody and you're rude to them or you treat them like crap, don't do that for the fact that you never know 5 years down the line, you could be moving on to a different job. They're the superior there now. They remember you. They remember how you treated them, and it screws your chances there. So all in all, I mean, we're Chicago. I live for this city. I grew up here. We're Midwestern values, and we do see that with people like Candace Jordan and such. You see these Midwestern values. People are just honest, good people. What you see is what you get. So always be yourself, as she said too. And if you guys have any questions, want to ask me anything after, I would be happy to speak with you. And I love this event. I've spoken at these before. It just brings in such a great, inspiring group. Everybody's here, which I love. You guys are all listening. It's so hard to get a big group this big to actually listen and no one talking. But it's because you guys are all driven. You guys all want to be your best you, and I'm the same way. So pleasure to meet you all, and I look forward to talking with you.